Well, I wasn't paying attention to what song was up on where I get our intro song from, and it why is my mic not registering now? What is going on? I show yours. Is that say something? Well, yours is working, pulling into the podcast, but mine is not. There we go. Check, 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 check. There we go. I don't know why my microphone. Yeah, there we go. Well, welcome, everybody. We apologize. I play the wrong song to start the podcast, then my mic quits working. It is been a week.
Wednesdays, am I right?
Wednesdays.
Well, I drank a whole bunch Monday.
So, thank you. Did you?
Oh.
I haven't drank anything since last week.
Well, that's lame.
At the podcast.
Well, we do thank you all for tuning in today on this wonderful Wednesday. We're going to talk about some stuff that I find really important, which is, of course, embarrassing childhood memories. Super fun, super awesome. Got a couple lined up. I assume Matt has more than I do, though.
Why do you assume that?
Because you were, Matt.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just assume you were embarrassing as a kid.
But I don't know. I guess for me, it's like, do you know when you're embarrassing, or are you just embarrassing? And plus, you also have to go places to be embarrassing.
You go to school every day as a young kid.
Yeah. I wasn't I didn't do embarrassing things at school.
So you think.
So. All right. Well, as Thomas said, this is the Same as a Beer podcast. We are live every Wednesday now at a time in the evening between 9 and 10 is usually when we start. Tonight we are a little bit late. It has been a busy week. It is the start of fall sports. Both of my boys are in football, so I coach 2 teams, which is a lot of fun, but also a lot of work.
Duh.
So.
Yes. Matt's a great father, so he doesn't get to hang out with the boys as much. Stinks. Really stinks because me and Bubble started our playthrough of Chained Together, and that's been enlightening.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
You can still get it, but...
I saw that game and liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
We're actually doing pretty good. I'm surprised. We've only
I thought it was pretty cool.
It's frustrating, but fun. I think it would be really fun if me, you, Gabe, and Tyler did it all together.
Yeah.
That'd be super amazing. Anyways.
It would be.
We're going to take our shots first, then we're going to talk about embarrassing things.
Did I ever show you my new Howler shirt?
I do like it. I saw that. I hope someone recognizes you.
I think I like the Rise one better.
I like that one better.
I like the Rise better with Ares' helmet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I feel like it can really more relate to the real world. It has a real just kind of punk rocky vibe with it.
Yeah.
Versus Howler is just, very specific to. I guess I kind of look like a Transformer with it too.
It does. I bet you people give you weird looks what is that? Why is that dude wearing a furry shirt?
Yeah, right? Which apparently kids call each other furries now, and they don't like know what. So the story is, my youngest goes to a skate park, which is our football practice is right next to a skate park.
Okay.
Which we're not in a big city, so it's But apparently there was some girls there that were acting like animals, so the boys started calling them furries.
That's not wrong.
And, well, it's a lot different than what an adult furry is.
I remember.
So it was kind of weird to hear them being like, because apparently they called the girls furries, and then the girls gave them the finger, and then they gave them the finger back. And
girls still have cooties right now, Matt. That's fine.
It is what it is.
Speaking of embarrassing things, just the kids you grew up with that would do stuff like that at recess. Did you have that? I assumed every generation did, like kids that would like play pretend up until like middle school. Like we had a group of girls. I distinctly remember they read the Warrior Cat books, and they would pretend to be cats every day.
Were you one of them?
No, I wasn't.
You were.
I wasn't.
We all know how much you fucking love cats.
I do love cats.
You were probably leader of the Warrior Cats.
I didn't start liking cats, fun fact, until middle school because the kid across the street. I had never even interacted with a cat. Very rarely. Like in the street, I'd see one and it run away. Right? I was like, okay, whatever. And then a friend of mine, I actually met someone who owned cats.
You'd run away?
Yeah, like street cats. Yeah.
How often did you run into street cats?
Pretty often. I still do.
Really?
I still run into cats. Maybe they survive better down here because it's not a harsh winter. I don't know.
There are not cats around here. I see one every so often, like very, very rarely. Though.
I'd say on average I see at least one a week. That's not.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a random. I mean, even like a docile cat that maybe somebody just lets outside. Like I don't even see those.
We have a lot of those, but I'm talking like in the wild, on the street cat. I'd see them quite often.
Yeah, like a feral cat.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, no.
Interesting.
Nope.
But I didn't know cats were like a pet you could really have. I didn't really give a shit about them until I met my across the street neighbor who had a cat. And he was the cool, fat fucking orange cat. He was super fucking chill. And then I was like, oh my God, it's like a dog, but with less energy. I want this. And so I wore my parents down over the span of several years, and they got me a cat. And they ended up loving cats too. Like once you get a good cat, like at that point, you're like, this thing's fucking awesome. But yeah.
I don't mind the idea of outside cats to like kill stuff, but I like squirrels a lot. So I think cats would fight with squirrels and try to kill them.
Oh, they'll eat them.
So I don't think it would work well.
They'll eat them right away.
Yeah.
I like having a cat. Just one. I don't like more than one. I just like having one cat. Boy cat, super fat, chill as fuck. Go around, pet the cat. Cat kills a scorpion, give him a treat. It's a good day.
Well, I don't know what TikTok I got on, but I have seen quite a few videos recently of big cats killing like dogs and hyenas and oh yeah, there's some videos like this mountain lion sneaks up on this German shepherd and just one bite gone.
I mean,
and then it's a German shepherd. It's not a small dog.
It's a fucking mountain lion. Like
yeah. Well, that's a pretty even match, but the mountain lion and there was one, this dog starts barking and it was a full grown like tiger and it just went whoop.
Holy shit.
Like this little greyhound looking like fucking dog. It's fucking gnarly.
Tigers to us stand out because they're orange. To other animals, they're almost completely invisible against green. Because other animals can't see the same amount of colors we can. So like to us, we'll see a tiger coming out of the woods and stuff. Other animals won't see fucking shit until there's 250 pounds of cat in front of them.
I'd like to know how people have figured out what colors other animals can see.
It's all about your rods and cones that you have in your eyes.
Which I get, but you also don't know how their brain processes it.
That's true.
Like I think it's a best guess is what they're saying. Like they say like dogs are colorblind. Like I think that's just a best guess. You don't know how their brains are processing these things. Because if we did know that, I think we would know a lot more about human brains.
Yeah.
And they don't.
We don't know fuck all about human brains.
We don't know fuck all about other animal brains.
Well, according to them,
Like-
the mantis shrimp can see more colors than we can. But yeah.
Well, according to a lot of sea people, that they think manatees were the reason that people think that there's fucking mermaids.
Oh, because the people would hallucinate that the manatee was a lady and then fuck the sea cow.
Yeah, apparently they have like the closest thing to a female vagina too.
Interesting.
Can't fact check that, not gonna, but that's the story that I saw.
Hey Siri.
Yeah, not asking that question.
Well, we got off topic. We got way off topic.
We did. We still have shots to take.
Yeah, we do. What are you drinking?
4 Roses.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's okay. It's almost gone.
It's a little harsh.
Yeah. I've got so many different like bourbons that I need to get rid of some.
That's true. At least it's better than when you used to just drink Crown. Ugh.
Why? There's nothing wrong with being simple. It's funny how people are like that, and it's like if you find something you like, fucking go with it. Don't listen to everybody else. Oh, you should drink all this. You should try this. Fuck off. If I find what I like, you should drink it.
Tell me how you really feel.
If Miller Lite is your jam, go drink Miller Lite. Although I do think people need to quit. I think people need to quit drinking so much, but it's really not good for you at all.
I'll never quit. But I definitely feel healthier with all the breaks that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, considering we used to be like very frequent to now twice a week max for me.
Very frequent. We used to be every night, like
Liquor.
8 to 10 shots of vodka.
I don't know. That's wild. I don't even think I could do that now.
Yeah.
I drink 2 of these little things. I'm done.
Yeah.
So all I do now when I get drunk is get sleepy. So all right, which throwing, I suppose. Anyways, shots time.
Shots time.
Mine is super simple. Today, my grandfather was given a clean bill of health. He's been having some issues. Haven't really talked about it, but we got the A-OK today. He got his Foley catheter taken out, which is a blessing in of itself. Let me tell you what, because that man was living with one. So here's to my grandpa. Super happy now. He can drink beer every day again, like he wants to.
Cheers to him.
He's who I'm named after.
That seems about right. That's pretty Hispanic thing.
But a middle name only. His first name's my middle name.
I don't even know if I know your middle name.
Good. I don't know yours.
I mean, the list is pretty short on what it probably is.
You probably it's a little Mexican, but it's not super Mexican.
I hope your name's like Tomas.
That'd be awesome. It'd be double awesome.
The man so nice they named him twice.
I've been telling anyone I know that's having a baby and that's a boy that they need to name their kid Angus.
Like after the lead singer of AC/DC.
Is that his name?
Angus Young.
I just like the name Angus. It's like a manly name.
You want to talk about something embarrassing? That was what my male sperm donor wanted to name me after the lead singer of AC. Yeah.
That's so mean.
Did you ever see the Angus?
No.
You should look it up. It was like a early 90s movie about a really heavy kid named Angus.
Okay. I can put it on at work.
All right. So, my shot is going to go out to all of the road construction workers. It is peak season. It's hot. But for us, you got done before winter hits. These guys have been working fucking, like, they were there on a Saturday and Sunday from like 7 a.m. to 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Fucking cheers to you, brother.
My big question is since you guys can't do construction work during the winter, do they just not work? They work at Walmart?
Some of them do. Some get unemployment. Some spend the time in the shops, like getting machines ready, fixing stuff. Some companies, depending on what they do, will have snow removal businesses. That they jump and help do that kind of stuff. But a lot of them, honestly, they work hard for 7-8 months and 70, 80-hour work weeks, and then they take 3 months off.
I mean, that's not terrible.
No.
I was just curious about it. Real curious. Because for us, it's year-round, right? And our construction guys are out there year-round.
Well, and I mean, it depends on what kind of construction you're talking to. Like, they start halt on road construction, but, like, if you're a plumber or an electrician or a carpenter and stuff, like, they're going.
Elevator repairman.
They find to work. Yeah, I don't think that they have to worry about working outside.
No. Well, maybe. You know how much elevator repairmen make?
100,000.
80 to 90. Still great. I mean, still good income, on-the-job training. Like, you don't need no qualifications, nothing. You just have to be on call a lot for obvious reasons.
And you have to travel.
Yes. Yes, you do.
They probably cover a big area.
Mm-hmm. But it's not a bad gig for those
especially
viewers.
Like around here.
For us, I think they don't have to travel that much just because big city,
Yeah.
But,
yeah, you can go downtown San Antonio and hit 75 elevators in 3 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go around here. We're lucky if we have 75 elevators within 20 miles.
It's interesting. The jobs, like, because I like my job, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. I've just been looking at what else is out there. I think that's cool thing to do. I don't want to be a plumber or an electrician. It's just not something that calls to me. But I was just looking around. A lot of tech jobs, but stuff that you wouldn't. MRI repairman, they get paid a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just interesting.
Somebody's got to be able to fix some machines.
I don't think I have the brain for it, but
I mean, I know an electrician who ended up he did electrical work. He was started as a lineman and then went into electrical, and then now he's like certified to fix Starbucks machines. So he just travels around and goes to Starbucks and fixes their machines when they break.
I know a guy who's supporting his family right now, fixing icy machines.
Yeah.
You know who it is?
I do. I Snapchatted with him the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, he
talked to him in a while.
saw the picture. He saw the picture of me and my kids and asked me if I coached football.
I think his son's at that age, so that would make sense.
He said he's coaching 4th grade or 4-year-old girls soccer.
Well, yeah, because the baby's that age. That makes sense.
Yes.
He's always. Oh, he was an umpire growing up. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his thing. I mean, if you like sports, might as well do something with it.
Yeah. There's a need for umpires. There's a need for refs. There always is.
I agree. All right. Embarrassing stories time. So
Embarrassing.
I've done many an embarrassing thing. But
Like what?
so the most embarrassing, and it's fucking ridiculous. And I don't specifically remember it, but everyone in my family does, and they make fun of me for it to this day. You know, bunk bed has like the tops of bunk beds have slots in them.
Yeah.
So I was really young, and I was wrestling with my brother, as you know, kids do. We're roughhousing on the bottom bunk, and he like I'm on top of him apparently, and he kicks me, right? He like rabbit kicks me, and my head gets lodged in between two slats, and like my dad, I'm dangling there, fucking legs kicking, and my dad has to come and get me out of the bunk bed, allegedly,
How is that embarrassing for you?
because I was stuck dangling. I don't know. When I was a kid, anytime they bring it up, I'd be super embarrassed. I don't know why. Like I don't remember it, but that was embarrassing.
Okay.
Or have you ever asked a girl out and she said no?
Um. Yeah, I think so.
Seventh grade.
It's embarrassing.
Seventh grade, Haley Cook went to ask her to the dance, which is seventh grade, right? Seventh grade dance. Not a big deal. I got hit with an ew no. In front of a bunch of people. And in the seventh grade,
Well, that's your fault for asking in front of a bunch of people.
I was confident.
Huh?
Haley, if you're watching this, I've never forgotten that.
Obviously, you remember her name and everything.
Yeah. She wasn't like, I don't know, it was nice lady, but
Lady.
fuck you.
Nice lady. Like,
No, so we reconnected in high school. Oh,
she say yes then?
oh, Haley and I didn't ask her out. And you could tell she wanted me to. And I was like, ew, no. She also had a
She
kid.
caught herself.
She also had a kid. So.
She caught. Oh, ugh, yeah. That's a hard pass.
It was a pretty real.
Especially in high school.
It was a pretty real ew no for me.
Yeah, yeah. That's.
I mean, I'm sure you when you were in school there was plenty of girls that had kids.
Not really.
Really?
Not that I remember.
I wouldn't say we had a ton, but we had like a good amount.
Yeah, I do not recall that, but maybe it did happen.
I mean, maybe it's just something you weren't paying attention for.
Probably. I was pretty focused on a lot of other things.
Well, you were really into sports, right?
Yes. Yeah, and I played football in the fall, and I played rugby in the spring, and just,
So
and I partied
Well, yeah.
the rest of the time.
I didn't party that much, not after Korea. I do have another embarrassing story for you. Sports story.
Okay.
We were getting fucking demolished. This is soccer. We were getting demolished by a team. It's like 8-0. We're getting fucking railed. And I was a freshman on varsity soccer, right? And I was a forward. This was before I got a little stockier. This was before I could be a sweeper and be more defensive. And they were just giving me time at that point, right? We were getting creamed. We weren't going to win, so they would just put me in. And out of nowhere, like, I think it's because I wasn't tired, right? I'd been on the bench the whole game. This was towards the end. I get the ball, and I break away from two of their defenders. It's just me and the goalie, and he dives, and I switch, right? So the ball is, he's here, the ball's here, and the goal's here. I have a clean shot. So my thought process is, well, I got to make this look good and kick it as hard as I fucking can. The goal's here. The ball just goes right over the goal. And I hear the entire crowd go, ooh. That was my moment.
That sucks.
And I fucking
Yeah.
whiffed it. I mean, it wasn't like a game-winning moment, but...
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, see, one, I didn't play sports where I held the ball a lot, so it was hard for me to make those embarrassing things.
Yeah, that's fair.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I played offensive line, and by the time I started getting into rugby, I mean I was a freshman and I knew the sport better than anybody else on the team, or as good as anybody else on the team. So if I fucked up, nobody knew it.
You also,
So
yeah.
I will say there was. I took a summer school. I took government in summer school voluntarily because everybody said government was like 100 times easier in summer school, because which it 100% was. Like our teacher was there for a paycheck and that was it. Like we would study in groups. He wouldn't teach us anything. It was read the book and then we took open book tests
Sounds
in our
awesome.
government class. It was glorious. And of course, I think I was a junior that summer. So I was, partying, having good times, barely make it to class. And there was one day I fell asleep because I was drinking heavy the night before. And we were watching a movie or something. And I fucking ripped ass while sleeping. I ripped ass so loud, I woke myself up to everybody looking at me and laughing. That was pretty embarrassing.
That's pretty big. That's
I
still
woke up and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
everyone laughing
They're
at you
like,
as if
did
they
you
don't
just shit
fart.
yourself? Yeah. So, time that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up. You grew up with a sibling, so it was almost their job to embarrass you. Have you ever had?
There was enough time between me and my brother to where like we didn't really interact in school. Like we only went to the same school. Like I think I was a kindergartner and he was a fifth grader.
Okay. Yeah. Then. Yeah.
So like, and that year, I will say that year he did convince me to beat a kid up, just because his name was Nick Dinger.
Poor kid. He already has it bad enough.
Yeah. Right? Only, I think, no. Until I got to high school, that was the only detention I had from preschool or elementary school and middle school. No, I got some in middle school too.
If you don't mind, I need a 30-second or 2-minute intermission real fast. I'll explain after the podcast,
Yeah.
but it's pretty important.
You're good.
BRP. Sorry about that, buddy. Hope you entertained the masses for us. Oh, you're muted.
I didn't. I went to a
An intermission?
better.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. I will tell you about it after the podcast.
Okay.
Cool. Sorry. I'll tell you and you'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. Fuck. Okay.
So we're gonna change things up again because I don't think we have enough boring stories. But there was something interesting that you and I talked about. I believe it was last Friday. That I think there's a lot of small little things that most people take for granted that I think we're going to very differ on.
Okay.
For instance, what you and I talked about. What is your preferred method of eating? Well, we call it a sandwich. I prefer to eat a sandwich on a tortilla.
Oh. Okay. Yes. We are going to differ. In a big way.
But I think there's a lot of little things like that I think a lot of people think is normal for them. But a lot of people do things different.
So, well, let me preface it with most tortillas are hot garbage. When you grew up eating homemade tortillas, think of like naan bread, or you've had homemade tortillas before. So when you switch
Correct.
it up and you eat the flimsy, cardboardy kind of tortilla, it's just, it doesn't compare. Now, sometimes the thin one is good, like with the doner or something like that.
What's a doner?
It's like a Turkish gyro. They call it doner. Doner kebab.
Are you talking
doner.
like a pita?
Kind of, but the doner's a lot thinner, like a regular wrap tortilla. It's not as thin, but it's way thinner than pita. Pita's very thick, and fluffy. But I just grew up eating tortillas, so for the most part, even when I go to like Chipotle or Freebirds, the tortilla is garbage. It's garbage in comparison to what I'm used to eating.
It's still a good tortilla.
It is.
That's like saying, like, what kind of sandwich bread do you normally eat? Do you make homemade bread?
So, and that's the thing. When I go out and I get a sandwich, the bread is typically better than what I'm used to. So I'm used to drinking Wonder Bread-esque sandwich. Eating Wonder Bread-esque sandwich bread, like, right? The regular sliced white bread. That's how I eat sandwiches. That's all I knew. So when I go someplace and they have, like, fresh bread for their sandwiches, even something like Subway and Jersey Mike's, it's a whole different ballgame. And I enjoy it more than a tortilla.
Yeah, see, I like tortillas, and like you're gonna say they're garbage tortillas, and they probably are. But I get the Mission carb balanced tortillas. They're low carb. They're higher in protein, and I will fucking eat them things with chicken. I'll put sandwich meat on them. I will put inside those things and eat them.
I mean, it sounds good. Don't get me wrong. I just rather have bread.
And I would do that over your standard sandwich bread.
I don't know. I do also think
Don't get me wrong. I think there's a time and a place for some bread, but I would prefer a tortilla. Like I went, and the reason this conversation started was because like I went and had a torta, which, funny story, we go to this same little Mexican food truck. I think they might be Guatemalan, but either way, it's always the same girl running the front. Must be a family-owned business, and I swear it's her grandma in back cooking.
Could be.
And the one time after I ordered, I was like, "Oh, you guys have tortas." I was like, "My buddy told me I need to try one." And then I went back the next time, and she goes, "Oh, are you going to try the torta this time?" So she doesn't ever actually talk to me, but she knows who we are.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And they're not super busy, which is weird because they actually have really good food. They've got a really good seasonings on their food.
A lot of people do have hesitation when it comes to eating out of a truck.
Which I totally get.
Yeah, I do. But I've never had a bad experience out of a food truck. I even had sushi out of a food truck. It was delicious. Like,
You just never know how the cleanliness and stuff like that those, types of places are going to have.
yeah, I can agree
But
with that.
I think a lot of people would be surprised at how filthy a lot of places that they normally probably go to are, such as, like, have you heard about how dirty ice is in most places?
Oh.
Like, they don't clean their ice machines.
Yeah. Which I need to buy an ice maker. I want to get my girlfriend a nugget ice maker. But
Such bougie nonsense.
I have a lot of preferences for a lot of things when it comes to food. It's just how I am. And I think that's with everybody. Like, one preference I have, not a lot of people are going to share with me, is if there's vinegar in it, I'm immediately going to love that dish. Completely. Anything with vinegar. Pickles, any kind of vinegar, anything. Sauerkraut.
Do you like kombucha then?
I don't like kombucha.
That's weird because that's a super vinegary drink.
It's the only thing I don't like that has vinegar in it. I don't know why.
I don't believe you then.
But sauerkraut, kimchi, anything that's like fermented with vinegar, pickles. And then anytime I go someplace, if there's pickles on something, I'll get like, give me extra, like 3 times the amount of pickles that you would normally put on there. I'll pay more. But that's how much I like it.
That just reminds me of the episode of The Office. Oh, sir, I asked for extra pickles on my burger. This is only like 7 or 8.
It's not enough.
But can you just bring me like another 15 or 20?
Works for me. I want big pickle bite in everything I eat. Always. And I don't know why.
I prefer onion. I like the crunch. I get why people like especially on like a burger, like why people like a pickle. I don't like the taste of a pickle on a burger, but I like having an onion for the crunch.
So you must love White Castle.
We don't have one, so I don't ever eat it.
You know how
But it has to be. I prefer raw onion.
Oh, okay.
I don't want sautéed.
Okay, never mind. Never mind on the White Castle. No, and as I've grown older, I've actually grown a really big appreciation for onion. You got to think too, what has influenced you from the people that raised you, right? For years, I did not like onions.
Oh yeah.
Didn't like them. Didn't like the thought of them, because my mom hates onions. She never cooked with them. We never had them. Most we had was onion powder. Now I get onions on everything. Pickled onions, regular onions, doesn't matter. I'll eat an onion. I love onions. But for years...
Do you do pickled onions a lot?
I do. So pickled onions on any kind of sub sandwich, I'll have that instead of pickles. That's fine.
It's a good idea.
That's delicious. And 2 birds, 1 stone, honestly. Kind of cuts back on the tart, like the bite of the onion. But,
Yeah.
it's... And it all kind of, one big thing too, I think, that people maybe don't talk about, but just a big thing you have to maybe grow up with is hot sauce. Like, do you use hot sauce when you eat?
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what I'm eating.
Okay. Did your family use hot sauce growing up? Was that like an option you had available to you?
No. Not that I remember.
I always had hot sauce available to me if I wanted it.
Well, obviously.
As a result, I love hot sauce. I'm actually thinking about making my own hot sauce.
Like, why are you looking at me funny like that? Like, of course you loved hot sauce.
So,
What? Tell me why. Tell me why.
is it because I'm brown, Matt?
Obviously.
It's true, though. Which is funny because my siblings don't like hot sauce at all.
It's not funny because you know where spicy peppers come from? Hot climates. Where do your people come from?
Pretty hot climate.
Hot climates. So why would you think that they would not want peppers that thrive in spicy climates?
Spicy
and figure out stuff to do with them.
Yeah, I mean that is how that worked.
100%.
Fun fact: when I make salsa, I put extra onion.
I like that. I like a really heavy, like a pico de gallo with heavy onion. Like how much tomato normal people would use, I would prefer that they use that much onion, and then how much onion they would normally use that much tomato.
Interesting. For my family, okay, good little caveat to that. My family, I'm the only one that really likes onions, but they like it when we make pico de gallo, right? But they don't want white onion, so we use green onions instead. It's much smaller of a bite when you get a piece of onion, especially if you cut it really thin. You can tell the taste wise that it's in there, but like the crunch wise, you can't tell that it's in there.
Huh.
And they substitute the crunch with cucumber.
Yuck. Cucumber's terrible.
Cucumber tastes okay.
It's just like water.
Yeah. So is lettuce.
Yeah, I don't eat that either.
Why not?
Mainly because the pollen, I have an allergic reaction.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok that got famous for the lettuce balls?
No.
He's a garbage man, and for weeks, he's just, for his lunch every day, he eats an entire head of lettuce. Like, that's it. He grabs the head of lettuce, takes the top leaf off, and just takes huge bites, and like puts dressing on the top or sprinkles whatever toppings, and just bites the ball of lettuce. He, like 500,000 followers now. He's TikTok famous because every day he just eats lettuce.
There's so much weird shit that goes on in this world.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, he's not quitting his job to like pursue a career in content creating, and he's not moving to LA or doing all this crazy stuff. He's just, hey, this is a little extra income. Me and my wife can go on a vacation now because of this. So I'm gonna get on here every day and eat a fucking head of lettuce. I mean,
yeah.
You see him. He's got his work shirt on. He's by a fucking dump truck, and he just.
Dump truck or garbage truck?
Garbage truck. Sorry, it's the garbage.
There's a large difference between the types of trucks.
It's the one that goes squishes the garbage.
Yeah, that's a garbage truck.
Which is funny.
A dump truck like hauls stuff and then like dumps stuff out of it.
No, yeah, he goes like through neighborhoods and stuff. He's been stopped a couple times because people are like, "Are you the lettuce dude?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" Super weird thing to be popular for. He's very, very humble guy. Really nice.
It's weird how much some people like capture of their lives. Like there's one guy that I've seen on TikTok where he is a concrete guy, but like he was doing a job and the neighbor came over and was like, "You guys knocked over my mailbox, cut it clean off." And he's like, "Oh, I got it on video." He's like, "I got my GoPro on." He's like, I'll go review all the footage and I'll let you know, if we hit it." He goes, "I'll replace it." And then he went back and showed the guy. He's like, "Yeah, you can see I'm pulling up here and it's already down." "Oh, well, that helps a lot. Thanks, man." Which saved his own ass.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, it's either you're getting a bad name or you're buying somebody a new mailbox.
How much does a mailbox cost? Isn't that a federal crime to break mailboxes?
Technically.
Interesting. I always thought that was weird.
Well, it used to be like the primary way that people got things. So tampering with a mailbox, because the mail is a federal thing, tampering with a mailbox was a federal crime, just like tampering the mail is a federal crime.
Yeah, I always thought about becoming a special agent for USPIS. Be pretty good. Be pretty cool, Work with our little brothers in the local police departments.
NYPD. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, that's what it reminded me of.
It's true. That was a good episode.
That was a great episode, actually.
What are other things that you think that are something that you found as you got older are like very unique to you and your family. Like, here's one for us.
Okay.
Whenever I eat tacos, I like to have tater tots or fried potatoes.
Oh, not normal. Should be. Fucking anything
Oh,
is upgraded.
100%.
Anything is upgraded by potatoes. Anything.
Especially like if you do like fried potatoes, like with a breakfast burrito, or like you get some of that crunch with it. Tater tots and hash browns, or tater tots, are probably one of the most underrated things. But then I swear the company that makes tater tots like changed their recipe, and they went to dog shit real quick.
That's interesting.
I don't know what happened. It was very upsetting.
Yeah.
So now we have to get crispy crowns.
Gotta get a different brand of tater tots. I mean,
No, crispy crowns are like the small circles like you'd get at Taco John's versus
like
a
Burger
big
King?
tater tot. Yeah,
Okay.
Burger King has them too.
And we don't have Taco John's down here.
And so does Taco John's. Well, you've had Taco John's before, though.
No.
Potato Olays. You've never had Taco John's before?
Mm-mm.
Best breakfast burrito ever.
I mean, maybe. You actually, good segue to this is you didn't even think about this until Gabe and I told you, and it was putting potatoes in your chicken noodle soup. We've done that in my
My wife
family.
refuses to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Dude.
she refuses.
And it's, when you think about it, technically it's a poor person thing, right? Potatoes are like the highest on satiation and like best for your price.
But I don't know why everybody doesn't eat potatoes all the time. They're extremely filling
Mm-hmm.
food. They're actually, if you're cooking them, like if you're eating them in like a stew or something like that, they're very low in calories for the amount of them that you can eat. And they're actually very nutrient dense. They're all around, like really good thing for you to eat. Bad name because a lot of people just eat them as French fries, or
Which, I mean,
and they
is-
shouldn't. Potatoes are gold.
Oh,
Oh, they're so good.
potatoes are amazing. There are very few things I won't put potatoes in, personally.
Do you like sweet potatoes?
Nope.
Or yams, if you will?
Nope, don't like them at all.
I don't either. They're fucking horrible.
Disgusting. They're nasty.
So bad. They are.
Off of
When my kids were younger, my wife always used to cut them up, put like brown sugar on them, and she did that all the time. And she's like, "Oh, do you want some of these?" I'm like, "Fuck no."
Get your fake
The kids eat
potatoes
them?
out of here.
Yep. For them.
No, lime juice in just about anything. I'll put lime juice on just about anything.
I can do lime juice before lemon juice. Lime juice or lemon juice, I don't know why, but anytime I eat something that's got like a strong lemon flavor, all I think of is Pledge, the cleaning solution.
Did you eat?
Which
Pledge?
if you ever had lemon Pledge, no, but that's just the smell. That's what the taste makes me think of. And so, like, anytime I eat strong lemon, I feel like I'm just eating a cleaner.
Interesting. So lemonade? No?
Yeah, so I don't like. I can do lemonade, but that's just so much sugar. Like, there's very little actual lemon.
Ain't true. Just interesting. I didn't know that about you. But I'll put lime in anything. Chicken soup, beef stew, and chili, anything. I'll put lime juice in anything.
Yeah, it's not a. I mean, it goes, especially like the citrus for like chickens and stuff like that helps break them down and make them taste good.
Well, as a very famous chef once said, if your dish is missing something, try salt, pepper, and then an acid.
Definitely.
That famous chef was actually Daniel Flores.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
Nope.
You do. He's the only famous chef that's been on our podcast.
I'm aware of who it is.
Oh.
I don't know who that is because he doesn't talk to us anymore.
He doesn't. He's been busy. He's been doing real good, though.
I've been busy.
I can't blame you, though. You're like a fully fun. I want to be like you when I grow up.
You don't. Don't do it. You need to figure out what you're going to do with your before you can worry about doing anything else.
Be all right. I make enough money now. Finally.
I actually heard an interesting statistic that said unless you're getting a significant raise or a promotion like every 2 years, you should keep looking at jumping companies because of the amount of money that you'll make on top of it is worth it. Like with how the cost of living and everything goes up. But then I was like, does that make sense? Because like right now I get like fucking 3 or 4 weeks of vacation a year.
And you work from home.
Or if I start at a new company, I got to start back at zero. And I work from home. But I'm saying even if I didn't work from home and I had just a regular job, like just the amount of vacation time that you accrue, like most of them you get to like 5 years and then you're getting like 3 weeks of vacation a year.
You know,
that's a lot more than 2.
You know, compared to the military, that's nothing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, literally, I remember my dad at the end of his career took several months off of work. Because that's just how much leave we get in the military. It's fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the government, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
That's why I'm still trying to find a job for the government. Like a better paying government job. But those requirements, I don't know if you've seen them, because I've looked at some in your area, and they, like, master's degree or better for most of them.
Yeah. I ain't got no degree.
I have one. It's dumb. I do want to talk one day about education versus training. You know, I want to deep dive into what your opinions are on trade schools and learning a skill over getting an education. You know, do that a different day. I think it'd be a cool conversation.
Sure. We can do that. We are at time, too, surprisingly enough.
Bye. All right. Sweet. You look like you're about to fall asleep in your chair.
Garbage.
You look like you're about to fall asleep in your chair.
No, I'm good. Your just internet is hot garbage right now, and you keep lagging on my end.
Is it mine or yours?
Well, mine's not lagging on either of my screens.
Probably mine. That's okay.
So, yes.
Wave goodbye to the pretty camera, Matt.
Goodbye to the pretty camera.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching the Sammy's and Beer podcast. We'll be back next Wednesday to talk about Matt's addiction to pornography. It's an intervention. He just doesn't know it yet. So it's fine. Any final words, Matt?
If you're going to be addicted to something, why not have it be pornography?
Tits. Thank you so much for watching. Unless what, Matt?
What?
Thanks.